Welcome back, everyone, to the Bloodied Past. And I guess I'm just doing ad breaks at the beginning right now because I don't know. It's just easier. So tell a friend about This Isn't Normal. I opened up the forum to ask us a few questions, and of course, as always, we were humbled by your wonderful thoughts. So I'm gonna.
I wasn't humbled.
Okay, well, that's like a you problem.
I'm a narcissist now.
Whoa.
Best let this get to our
New
head.
development.
I've become rude.
Okay, let's start with Mango asked if you could play any different TTRPG system, what would you play?
Ooh, can I go? Can I go first here?
Yeah.
So I think I've touched on this before, but I haven't had a chance to do so yet. But like Chuck Tingle is that dude who writes those crazy sex books. He made up his own role playing system with like almost like a Cthulhu-esque otherworldly nature to these like sex things. He like delves into the unknown and how to write things that are both like familiar and also really bizarre. And I forget what the name of that's called, but I've been really excited to try out his system because it's either going to be like the worst thing I've ever done, or it's just going to really launch me into new horizons.
Yeah, just like better yourself.
Exactly.
Anyone else?
I don't know if it's its own thing, but a lot of my friends have been talking about Monster of the Week.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I am interested in that.
Yeah, Monster of the Week is pretty interesting. I never quite wrap my head around like the question system that it has, but I like Monster of the Week.
Monster of the Week was never really my favorite. I think I've played one game. It was all right.
Yeah. Mark?
I played it. I played it once, and it wasn't too great. I haven't branched out into like different tabletop role playing game styles. So like I've really only played like three different ones, and I only know of those three.
Mhm.
So I'm ready to be bashed by everybody. Bring it on.
Okay, so of the three you've played, though, what's your
Mhm.
favorite? What would you play? What would you rather play?
Um, I really really like Call of Cthulhu. Like I really like that system a lot.
That's fair.
It's just super simple and it's easy to get into, and the stories are always super fun.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's because of me.
Max,
Ew.
you're right.
Oh,
Max is the rude one now.
no. For my money's worth, for my money's worth, I have always wanted to do Tales from the Loop, which is very like 80s kids, like your Stranger Things, your It, that type of setting. I think would be really fun to explore, but I also really want to do Vampire the Masquerade.
Max,
Oh,
what was the first one again?
yes.
What was the first one you said?
Tales from the Loop.
Which you left
Okay,
at my
I
house.
want to check that out.
It's very fun. I've never done it, but I really want to. So I think that's what we would do. We do all of those. We combine them into one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it'd be
Wow.
horrible.
I don't know about combining Chuck Tingle and like children's adventure. I don't know about that. That
Well,
sounds like a path I don't really want to go down.
The
Okay,
adults,
but
the
that's
adults
kind of
would partake.
Okay. Yeah.
Ew.
Let's see. Emily asked if anyone was working on anything else and what we're doing to take care of ourselves mentally and physically. Anyone got any fun side projects they've been delving into?
I do.
Yeah?
I have decided, because I keep doing this crazy thing where I get another job and then I work too much and then I have to take some time off and then I take too much time off and then I go work too much, that I've just been in these weird, like, depressive bouts. So I got super excited about becoming an idiot, like, YouTuber. I'm going to make a YouTube channel and I'm going to make videos about, like, cooking and, like, random projects around the house, just like vlogs almost, but like it's going to be
Beth,
very yes,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
yes.
But I will watch you.
Yeah, I'll
You
subscribe.
will. Oh hell yeah! I
Yeah.
mean, like I don't mind if you guys want to like be in it and do stuff. I have to get a
Oh, I
camera.
want to be in.
Hell yeah! I just want to I want to do something fun, and I don't have any intention of getting like super famous. I kind of actually was thinking about that recently, and as much as I really love interacting with fans, I really like how small like our base is, and if I ever went like viral, I think I would super regret it. So I'm never gonna try and be too good, because I would be bad at being viral.
Anyone else? Side projects?
A friend of mine got into art stuff recently because they've been experiencing art block. So I recently got into acrylic pouring with them, and I am very quickly running out of my paints, and that's fun.
Cool. That's so cool. Send me pictures.
It's so fun. I will.
Mark?
Max, have you done anything? Oh shit, sorry, Mark.
Me? Let's see. I've been cooking a lot. That's super fun.
That's it. That is fun.
Yeah, I've taken a liking to cooking again. I've also been like, I've gotten back into writing.
Oh, wow.
Just to like kind of clear my head and stuff like that.
That's awesome,
they're like
dude.
They're little short stories, like a little creepy pasta.
Mark, bring them on here. We'll read them.
What?
Like, we'll read them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no.
I totally respect that.
I was gonna say, I mean, relating to another question, well, I'm assuming we'll address later. There's like low-key talk of having some kind of like conversational podcast.
Oh
which
yeah,
I'd be
we'll
down
get
for.
into that.
I know, but that I feel like Mark's story, like question mark, that would be a cool place to talk about that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I accidentally became CEO of a tech company startup that was operating out of the university I was attending.
I'm sorry, you're CEO now? I asked you about this last week. What the fuck happened?
Well, no, it's done, but before it was like done, I was CEO.
What do you mean it's done?
Corona.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Also, no one wanted what we were selling, so that was the other big hurdle.
So is it like when Corona's over, are you not going back to that?
Probably not. I'm working on something else with one of the guys that I was doing it with.
Are you the CEO of that?
Basically, yeah.
Max,
Big
if you
money
make it
CEO.
if you make it rich, can you just do me one favor and please pay off my student loans?
Sure.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Can you do me one favor and hire me?
Yeah, totally.
Wait, Mark, I'll hire you. You can be my personal assistant.
Wait, I don't want to be a PA, bro. That's lame.
Come on.
No,
Cook
because you're
through-
gonna boss me around and be like, go get me
Fuck
coffee, and I'm
you.
gonna get you
Shut
coffee.
up.
Okay,
Give
we
me
still got two
coffee.
questions to get into, and then a whole show to do. Oh God, my pretzels.
Oh, my pretzels. I need to go grab those.
Oh, before we cut off to something else, can I say something super quick?
Yeah.
I decided to get healthy. So an hour before I have to go for work, I was like, I'm going to do a little bit of yoga every day. I have successfully done it once this week. After 20 minutes, I rolled my ankle so hard I couldn't continue, and I have not done it since. So I've already failed.
I've
Okay.
taken the exact opposite route. I'm drinking and eating Fritos.
Mark!
Okay, I mute myself. It's fine.
So this is a very important question, and Robin, I'm so sorry that we don't have time right now to answer both of them. But Robin asked this question before we shut down Patreon, and we didn't have a chance to answer it. So I really, really, really want to get to this one.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we're gonna do the one that's for everyone and make sure everyone's involved. Out of every character you've played, either in season 1, season 2, or one of the one-off / two-offs, which one has been your favorite? Which one has been your least favorite?
I didn't like playing Chevy. She didn't go over the way I kind of wanted her to.
Oh yeah, that was from the Halloween episode.
Yeah, I definitely could have handled that better. I was trying to do something very different from what I usually did. I didn't really end up enjoying her character that much.
You were
she was
goofy as
alright.
fuck.
It's my favorite character to play. Probably Dandy. I know I always say that, but I had so much fun playing Dandy at the end of season 1. Like, so much fun.
Okay. Can I ask you this?
Yeah?
Is Dandy coming back for this?
I have debated. Let me just say that there is a 50% chance any of season 1 characters could be coming back.
Even ones that I voiced?
Even ones that you voiced. That's why I've been really... So, like, I told the guys this before we started, but I could only write so much because it's very difficult to, guess where these guys are going to go. So I could only prep so much. And as much as I don't want to have to try and remember every single side character, there are certain places I expect you'll end up going where you might encounter them. And it's just up to me to decide if I want to fucking attempt that or not, or if I'm just going to butcher everything and then my little baby story crashes and burns and no one likes it.
No, Beth, it's going to be awesome.
No.
But yeah, maybe.
All right, who else? Will, favorite and least favorite? I know you have a smaller selection to choose from.
I mean, obviously the favorite is going to be Cornelius because he's the main boy.
He's
I
lad.
don't really have like a least favorite. I've only played like 2 or 3 characters.
That's fair. Mark?
Oh God, I think my least favorite character. I loved the concept of him, but he was just executed poorly. It was the Halloween special we did. He had the giant worm, Cartman Stenko.
Oh my
Is
god!
that Cartman Stenko?
I think so. I
Yeah,
also
that was
hated
Carmen
him.
Stenko.
I
I don't-
hated him because he was just so bad.
I don't even remember that character I played with that.
That whole one-off just kind of like
Yeah, that was
slipped my memory most of the
yeah.
time.
That's fair.
Anyway, let's not talk about the dark time.
That's true.
My favorite character is definitely always going to be Ernest. I
Mhm.
love him.
Classic
That's my
Hawthorne.
favorite. But yeah, no, it's Ernest. Ernest all the way.
Max?
Oh, geez. Well, favorite. I mean, I have a few favorites.
That's really fair. You've played a lot more people.
I played so many fucking people. Stolas is an easy one.
That's fair.
Danica is probably one of my season 2 favorites. She's only been in the one-offs I've been doing with Brett, but I fucking love just like if Danica had been a major part of season 1, there's no way I could have done what I'm trying to do with her now. So I'm glad that she was killed off pretty early because now she's just like a nutball and I love it. Stolas and Danica, those are my 2. And then least favorite. See, I don't know. I guess it's more like something that I regret not doing more with, which is Gerald from season 1 with Jimmy James also.
That's fair.
Because he just like showed up, he did his thing, and he dipped. And like we did that for a lot of characters. Everything was pretty contained into the arcs, but I wish that he had more to do because he was an early boy. And the last question we're going to deal with today is from Nanorama, who asked, would you guys ever consider doing a non-D&D podcast that's purely conversation-based? We've tried. Some of our Patreon supporters might remember we posted 1 or 2 episodes of Do It and Do It Now, which was kind of like our excuse to just sit around and talk. And I feel like we haven't quite found what that is fully yet, because I really do want to do it, but Do It and Do It Now didn't do it for what, you Beth?
I really don't like Do It Now. I think there's parts that are really funny. I know a lot of people really like it. I would be super down to do a conversation based podcast. I don't want to do the same format as Do It Now. I'd actually much rather approach it in a lot looser terms, because I feel like when we play off each other and really get going, that's where the best. And I don't like super structured conversations where we have to act through it. I think it'd be a lot funnier if everyone came in with a topic they wanted to discuss, and it doesn't have to be related to anything specific on the internet. Like, Will comes in and he's just like, do you ever think about how dirty pennies are? And Mark comes in and he's like, did you know that I cooked eggs today? And, just going off of that, I would be much more down for something like that.
You know what? I really respect that. Well, maybe there's hope for that in the future. But the short answer is yes. We have thought about it and we've messed around with it. It's more just like trying to find the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, kind of have, not as much time as we did, but we kind of do have a lot of time now. I don't see why we can't, give it, a little go, maybe in the next couple of weeks, just between something like this, just an hour or 2 just fucking around, and if it's good, it's good. If it's not, then oh well.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've wasted a lot of time. This has been the pre-show Q&A. I hope you guys liked it. Beth, I'm going to pass it over to you now.
Panic! I dropped my pen. Come here,
Pretzels!
bitch. Come here, bitch. Too short.
Whoa!
Ah, fuck. Okay.
What's
Hello.
happening?
Cut that, Max. Cut all of that.
I
Fast
promise to
travel.
try.
I think you should leave it in.
I refuse. I refuse to even be in the bloopers. Okay. All right. So just a quick super recap. Last week, you guys, I guess it was more like 5 minutes ago, you guys got kidnapped by a weird agency called BAD, which stands for, I'm so proud of this, Biomolecular Advancement Division. And then you time traveled. Kind of. You whited out. So let's start there. You guys, the last thing you remember is sitting in those 3 chairs, Dr. Oma, nervously looking over you, and then white. And just like the first time you woke up in the murder room, everything sort of jumps back at once. Everything's very bright. There's a very loud ringing in your ears. Your whole body feels tingly and weird and stiff at the same time. Everything feels right. And as you sort of slowly come back into consciousness, the 3 of you are sprawled out, butt naked, in the middle of a factory.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Ow.
What kind of a factory is this?
Good news. Upon examination, it is a fabric factory. And all around you are these little blurbs of like productivity and like, being good workers and, meeting your quotas for the day. And the name of this company is called Fabrics with an X.
Oh, wow. Very classy.
So classy,
Okay, I
so
like that.
clever. But yeah, there is also at this time no one else in the factory. And I will just say it for one reason, and this might not be correct to the times, but I don't give a shit. It's a Saturday. So happy Saturday. Y'all are naked in the middle of a textile factory.
Suze leaps up
okay.
and grabs some fabric and says, all right, no one look, okay? Anyone know how to sew things?
Cool, you reach
Yes.
up, steal some fabric from, hold on a second, let's...
Uh-oh.
You steal some fabric from the machine right in front of you, which does have a nameplate attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
The name of that person is Gilbert Bilbert. So congratulations, you've just fucked over Gilbert Bilbert.
Yeah, that's fine.
They won't make their quota, and you can see they do have a letter attached to their machine that says, "Please do not steal my textiles ever. I have 65 children." But it is,
Gilbert's been getting busy. Jesus.
he's creating a lineage. Anyway, but the fabric is really nice. It's pretty thick. It's pretty soft, and it's not see through.
Okay,
Is
big
there
the fabric?
Say again.
How much of the fabric is there?
I mean, it's like essentially like a big towel, like one of those big fluffy towels. It's not fluffy, but it's big and it wraps you up. And if you sort of like wrap it around yourself, you kind of look like you're wearing either a towel or a toga, I guess if you tie it a different way. So, yeah, that's where you find yourself. There is, if you guys want to look around, like, there's more than just the factory floor. That's all I'll say, but do whatever you want.
I'm gonna wrap
I'll-
a piece of fabric around myself and then look for some more finished clothing.
So there's actually on the floor no more finished clothing. This is a fabric factory, so they're just creating large swatches
I
to send out
see.
for like, tailors, department stores, clothing shops. This is just a fabric place.
Okay, wait. I want to roll spot hidden. No, maybe I don't even need to. You tell me if I need to.
Okay.
Are there like workers' uniforms that might be in like lockers?
Why don't you roll intelligence
Intelligence.
or I don't know, something along those lines.
I'll roll intelligence. You're the boss.
I just couldn't remember if intelligence is a roll.
Okay, that's a success.
Okay, you think to yourself, this is a factory floor. There's probably a locker room. And thinking that, you look up and you do see on the other side of the factory a men and women's changing room where you can assume there are probably lockers. that may or may not have clothes within them.
All right, losers, let's go. And Sue starts running towards the lockers.
Mark, your character is butt-ass naked.
Yeah, he's fine.
He doesn't care.
He's
Not a
flopping.
care in the world.
Nah, he's just looking for clothing. He doesn't really care. He's not going to steal somebody's fabric.
Oh, see, there's somewhere John Stinkly Winkly thanks you.
Thank you, John Stinkley Winky.
Very cool.
All right, so you guys go across the factory floor. Everything looks so strange and old, but also not. It looks like a fairly new, well-kept factory, but everything is so out of date that it's very jarring. As well as the kind of fabric they're making, it's definitely, to your standards, pretty shitty. There's some nice soft fabric, but there's also a lot of like what looks like recycled material that maybe shouldn't have been recycled, and a lot of stuff that just looks pretty outdated to you. Once you get to the other side of the factory floor, there's the men and women's changing rooms. Again, I apologize if this isn't like super 1920s-esque. I didn't do any research. Which one do you guys want to go in?
Suze will hit women's.
I'm gonna be hitting both of these rooms.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Pete goes with guys.
Okay, so Maxwell, your character, I keep forgetting your names. I gotta write them down somewhere. Suze's, Max.
That's right. Yeah.
And Will, what's your name?
Park.
Park, that's right. Oh yeah, that's August, and I got really excited about that, and then I found out I can't call him that, and I got really sad. And then Mark, what's your name one more time?
It's Peter something. Hold on, I'm turning on the computer to check the full name.
It's Pete P is what I wrote down.
PP.
P. I wrote it down somewhere too, but I don't feel like
Snurchin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get the name back to you soon. Don't worry.
I'll call you Pete for right now.
Pete's fine.
Okay. So Suze, Park, you guys head into the ladies' room. Peter, you head into the men's room, and I'll join you in a second. In the ladies' room, it is a pretty small, like, changing area. There's a sink. There's about 10 lockers. None of them actually appear to be locked. It's more like cubbies with, like, a knob on it. And, like, one small area with sort of like a curtain for some, privacy. Not that it looks like it's used that often since it is separate women's changing room. But yeah, there's about 10 lockers in here.
I just start flinging them open.
All right, you start flinging them open. I'm going to have you guys roll luck.
Uh-oh. Nope.
65.
What's your luck at?
1 second. No.
All right, you start flinging open lockers. And there are clothes in there. It's super cool. However, the clothes are so small. They are made for what looks like extremely short and very malnourished women.
No. Wait.
Yeah.
I'm like 4'11".
Smaller than that, because you did not pass your luck check. Sorry, bud. None of these clothes will. Like, this woman is like 3'10". She's
This place is giving me bad vibes. What the fuck?
Child labor's legit.
For real.
I mean,
I'm going to the men's room.
Yeah,
in the
I go
20s,
too.
maybe. Mark,
Alright.
Pete, in the men's room, you see almost the same. There are about 10 lockers. Some of them actually do have locks on them, though. Not all of them, though. I think there's about five open and 5 locked. And then same deal. But this room looks just a little dirtier, like kind of grimy, almost like there's not as many male employees, or that they just give less of a shit. What are you gonna do?
Pete's gonna fucking use his mind powers and open the lockers.
You can open 5 of the lockers without rolling anything, but I will have you roll luck to see what you find.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, this is looking good for Pete. I got a hard success.
All right, you open one locker, you find a tiny little man uniform. You open the next one, and you find uh, a pristine, like almost like mint condition uniform that is exactly your size, like tailor fit. You look fantastic in it. Like other than the fact that you work for this company now, you're pretty snazzy.
Listen, you don't have to tell Pete. He knows.
Exactly. So Pete's looking. So by the time the two of you get into the men's room, Pete is now wearing this perfectly fitting uniform, looking really jazzy, pretty snazzy.
Suze looks at him disgruntled because she's still wrapped up in the toga and just starts flinging lockers open.
Great. Can you roll luck for me one more time?
Oh, I passed.
Okay, at the very last locker you open, you find a uniform. It is meant for a man, so you look a little weird in the pants, but it does fit you.
Excellent.
And Park, what would you like to do?
I'm doing the same thing. I passed this time.
Great. So actually, as you're going through all the lockers, the three lockers that are left that have not been like rummaged through, you actually don't find anything. But as you're like kind of mad, you kind of smack one locker, and the fucking lock just falls off. It wasn't actually locked; it was just a fucking fake lock. And when you open it, you find a man's uniform that fits you perfectly.
Perfect.
All right, the three of you are decked out. You look like beautiful employees of this company, and not at all like future people here to solve a murder.
I return the fabric that I stole.
Somewhere, Gilbert Bilbert rejoices that he can still feed his 65 children.
Phew. I don't know how I would have slept at night.
I'm gonna say I want Gilbert Bilbert's salary.
You want it?
Yeah, to feed 65 children.
Oh, half of his children work.
Oh.
Also
Still,
in the
that's like
factory.
30 people.
No, not the. No, this factory's only for like. This is
The
you get the vibe.
malnourished factory.
Yeah, no, but you.
You can only work here if you're a woman under 3'10" inches. Or a man of average proportion.
You get the vibe that this factory is actually pretty picky, and they're trying to create like it's a smaller factory, but they make some for the times high-end products, which is why there's so few things to choose from. Just in the back of your minds, you are fully aware that you're stealing uniforms from these poor people.
You know what? It's fine. Something time stream. So, does anyone know anything about the 1920s? I feel like my classes always skipped over it. It was always Revolutionary War this and World War whatever that. I don't know much about the 20s. Where do you get a drink in the 1920s?
A bar?
A rat scurries by, and you hear, "Don't forget about Prohibition."
Yeah, I was about
What?
to say, what about that's what fucking weird. What the fuck was that? I was about to say Prohibition, guys. We can't really get a drink around here.
What?
I'm about to go get a drink anyway.
Oh, okay. Have fun.
You're not gonna come with us?
I'm gonna find all of the Prohibition bars.
Pete says, fuck it. I'll join you.
Hell yeah. Okay, I leave the factory.
All right, you guys head out from the.
bar.
I guess so. You guys head outside of the factory, and you have no idea where you are. You're in the middle of sort of like a downtown industrial district. There are people kind of wandering around. By the way, when you left the building, you had to unlock the door to leave it. So, and there's no way to lock it because you have no key. You're just gonna leave it open as you guys exit. There are people kind of milling around, walking around, going in and out of some buildings. You look further up the street and you can see some cars and like more people walking around, but it's a good like 5-10 minute walk up the street since it is like uphill.
So this is Sinzaba, right?
You don't know.
Okay, cool.
There was a 70% chance you would end up in Bridgeport and a 30% chance you'd end up in Sinzaba.
I wonder if Beth actually
Okay, so
rolled
in the
for
last
those odds.
episode, Pete made it clear that his family used to vacation here.
Where?
In Sinzaba, Connecticut.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Can I make like some kind of roll to see if I can tell like where we are if we're in Sinzaba?
Yeah, you can make an intelligence check to see if you can remember any distinct landmarks, but you're also in like the part of town where people wouldn't necessarily go to hang out. It's very industrialized.
Also, 100 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
With a really good roll, maybe P can do it.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have more than a success in order to pass this.
Oh, Pete's got real good luck. Don't worry about that.
I'm aware.
Oh, we're looking good. Hey, Beth.
Was that a critical
I got
success?
a 4.
A
No,
4?
I got a 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
So looking around, this just doesn't look right. Nothing, and it doesn't even look right because you don't like everything looks different because it's the 20s. But like this area, it's like a 0% familiar. And as you're kind of looking around, craning your head, trying to figure it out, you see a big poster that says, check out Bridgeport's theater district. And
goes, oh, we're in Bridgeport.
Fuck.
Well, it looks like we have a rocket scientist on our team. Park whispers into Susan's ear.
Okay, does anyone know where Sinsiba is in relation to Bridgeport?
Pretty sure it's north.
Mark, Pete, because you just got a super, good roll on that intelligence. You remember that while you've never been to Bridgeport, Connecticut, on your vacations, that looking at some maps, you remember that it was about a 15 to 20-minute car ride. Checking out Bloogle maps and stuff.
Okay, did I happen to catch which direction?
No, you just remember that it's about a 15 to 20-minute car ride.
Sinsiba is wherever you want it to be. I'm pretty sure, we've discussed 3 different locations in Connecticut where it potentially is.
As long as it's 15 to 20 minutes away from Bridgeport, it can be wherever you want it to be.
Oh, man. All right.
So I informed the gang of this.
Well, we're gonna need a car. Do they drive in these times? Are we talking horses or
a car drives by? As you
oh, fancy.
Time period says that yes, they are driving cars, but they are also still riding horses.
A horse rides by. As you say that.
A horse drives by in a car.
It shits.
Oh no.
Pete is horrified.
Oh wait, we have $1,000. Can we buy a car?
I think that we could probably just steal a horse.
Well, hang on a second.
Wait. No, we can't do that. We can't fuck with the past.
A man walks by and he's like, "Oh, hello, strangers." And keeps going.
Hello.
Hey.
Pete says.
Okay. I'm gonna look for a car dealership.
Okay.
1920s car dealership.
Are you going to move from being outside of the very industrialized factory where you're surrounded by other factories?
Yeah.
Great. Where are you gonna go?
Fuck it.
Car
Sorry, that's in Sinsiba. But you can consider going up towards the busy side of the street where it seems a little bit more like shop residential wise, and maybe go after some information.
I go that way.
We're gonna look for Shady Bill's car emporium.
It's definitely going to be Shady Barbara.
Shady Barbara.
Shady Barbara's car emporium.
We need more ladies. We need more ladies. Anyway, I'm sorry that does not pop in your head. You don't know that. Keep going.
Okay, we go up towards the busy place.
Okay, actually, let me fix my hair really sec. I'm taking off my headphones.
Yeah, please, yeah. Guys, quick, we can overthrow Beth's whole story right now. We're just gonna find Roger and we're gonna kill him. We're gonna...
What if we buy real clothes that aren't uniforms?
We'll definitely do that too.
Pete was fine with being naked, so I don't think he cares.
All right, so you guys start walking up the street. As you start getting up there, there's a lot more people walking around because it does seem to be sort of like the tail end of the downtown area, which led into an industrial district where there's a lot more workers and some poorer looking folk. But Down here, you can see the downtown area sort of like stretches on pretty far. There's a lot of little shops. There's a couple little restaurants, people selling stuff on the street, um, and a big old police office is about like maybe a block away from you.
Okay.
And if you're looking for something very specific, you're gonna have to roll luck. But from what you can access right now, like a couple of restaurants, a couple of shops, and the police office. Anything else, like we'll roll for luck.
Can I check
Can we-
the couple of shops to see if they sell clothing?
Sure. Let's see. Okay. So there looks to be one shop that does sell like tailor-made outfits that do offer sort of like like almost like a department store where they like pre-make the outfit, but they can sort of refit it to you, which is an up-and-coming thing nowadays. Instead of just going to get your clothes 100% made by the tailor to fit you, you can sort of choose between some options and then get them tailor fit to you. There is also a shoe store, and there is a like a little grocery store or like a general
Wait,
store.
do we not have shoes on right now?
No.
Oh.
Nice.
Mark, why is your character a nudist? Why is
What do you
that the
mean?
bit?
He's not a dude. He's just simple. Like not like brain-wise, but like he's just a non-materialistic man. He fucking kills people.
Yeah, he's
I'm
probably in the
going-
nude.
Yeah, he's fine with it. He's seen plenty of people naked.
I'm naked right now.
I'm going to the
Anyway.
shoe store first to get myself some nice Oxfords.
All right, you go in.
Some Nikes.
No,
Oh
you go
my
into
God.
you go into the shoe store, and there is a very proper-looking man reading a book as he lounges near the window, and he looks up as you enter, and he goes, "Hello, hello."
Oh, no.
The factory is a little way down, gents. This is a shoe store.
Yes, I'm here to buy shoes, sir.
I can see you're not wearing any. That's
yeah,
quite
my last pair ran into a few issues and also a lot of water damage.
Yes, that does happen to poor people, I've heard. All right, just give me a second. I'll see what I can find in like the clearance section.
No,
What?
I think I'm looking for a pair of nice Oxfords actually.
Oh my dear, that costs at least $5.
All right, I'll buy 3 pairs.
You have $15 just
Yes,
for shoot.
I do.
All right, then. May I see the money?
Of course, I take the money out.
This man sees your fucking humble stack of bills and his
I don't
jaw.
I don't take all of them.
Oh,
I take
okay.
like a 20 out maybe.
I don't know if there's a 20, but you take out like a handful of bills. Still, this man's face, like, or his jaw, like, drops, and he's like, "Oh, my apologies. No offense, you just sort of all kind of look like the common riffraff. I've had a lot of people in here, soliciting shoes
Yes,
that they
yes.
super couldn't afford.
I'm
But
sure.
Can we just get some shoes?
I suppose if you don't wish to talk, but okay. You said 3 pairs of Oxfords. What are your sizes?
Why don't we find out what sizes we are? Would you like to measure our feet just to get the right size, perfect fit? You do work at a shoe store.
I suppose I could. Let me get you a rag so maybe we can wash off a little bit of the outside. And he disappears into the back for a second, comes back with some warm water and a rag and a shoe measurer, and he lets you guys clean your feet a little bit, and then measures you and comes back with 3 snappy pairs of Oxfords. Very nice looking shoes, very well made, like perfectly crafted. And he's like, "All right, well, that'll be $15."
I hand over the money.
He pockets it and, looking surprised, hands you your shoes, and he's like, "Well, I do hope you'll remember my my quite quaint little shop if you ever come into more water damage.
We won't. I leave.
Wait, real quick. As like Park is just walking out. Pray tell, good sir, do you know where one might? I don't know what I'm doing with my voice. Where can I buy a car?
A car? You got okay. I guess you could head over to the next town. I know there's a used car dealership. I don't know anywhere nearby that might have like a new car for you well endowed folk.
Why
Oh, we don't need
I
anything
pull,
fancy.
I pull my girl Seuss aside, and I'm
Hey.
like, why don't we just pay this dude like $10 to bring us to the fucking car place?
Oh, I like that. Okay, I go back over and I say, "Good sir, I've decided how my voice is going to sound when I'm fancy and all that. What would it cost you to bring us to Sinsaba, a little town about 15-20 minutes away from here? Heard of it?"
Oh, of course I know Sinzaba. Get half of my shoes imported from them. I mean, I don't have a car, but I can call you a taxi.
Yeah, oh yeah, taxi. Perfect. Yeah, thanks.
Forgetting that taxi. I literally Googled if taxis existed in America in the 20s, and they did.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys were like, let's buy a car, let's steal a horse. I was like, in my brain, I was like, don't tell them, but taxis, but don't say anything, but taxis. So the man's like, he's like, I'd be happy to let you use my phone for, I don't know, like a quarter.
Yeah.
You're really okay. He goes and he's like, he's like, may I have a quarter?
Park, pay the man, would you?
By the way, Will, you don't have any quarters. You just have dollars.
Give him $1.
I've already left the building.
I went out to Park. Hey, Park, I need $1.
Oh, you need $1? I'll give you $1. I give him $1.
Inside. Thanks. I run back inside. Here's $1.
Oh my God. All right, well, hold on. Let me get
Keep the change.
change.
No,
Keep the change.
Keep it. Just keep it. We just need the phone. Just keep
This
I've
man
never-
probably thinks we're like really entitled, stupid rich people.
So this man leads you to the back where he has like, it kind of looks like he just lives out of his little shop, and there is like a small telephone, and he does whatever telephones need to work. I don't remember how telephones work in the 20s. And he hooks you up, and he's like, all right, I've contacted the taxi service. They should be here in about 5 minutes. If you'd like to wait inside, you're more than welcome to, but no public bathrooms.
Oh, okay.
I think we'll wait outside. It's
Yeah,
nice.
no, thank you. What's your name, good sir?
My name is Gerard Appleton.
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 That
Ah, nice name.
are you guys in the hotel business?
I have a distant cousin who is. I feel like he actually has a hotel in Sinzaba.
Oh,
Or he works for one anyway. Have you heard of what's his name?
Marcus?
Marcus. I'm
Does
sorry.
he
I
scream
forgot.
it?
He's like, I have a cousin, a distant cousin, Marcus, who works at a hotel in Sinzaba actually, but no, I am a shoe peddler.
Right. Yeah, I can clearly see that. Well, anyway,
Right.
Gerard, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, do come back now, or don't. I don't know. Send your rich friends my way. He goes back to his
Okay,
book.
yeah. We go outside and wait.
All right. There's a bunch of people walking around. You guys get a good sense for like the fashion nowadays, because there are some like fancy-looking men and women kind of strolling by and perusing, as well as some more like common working class people.
I'm in the
And-
process of buying a suit next door.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, maybe I should try to fit in a little bit, and he's gonna dress appropriate.
Great. You next door, as I hope someone's waiting outside for the taxi you have
Suze's.
to be in 5 minutes. Park, you go next door, and the tailor greets you at the door, and he's like, "Hello. I didn't order any fabric. Are you dropping some off?"
Oh no, my apologies. I was actually just coming in. I wanted to get a suit, something that fits me relatively well. It doesn't have to be anything fitted.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. He pulls out some measuring tape and he starts measuring you, and he's like, um, I don't really have anything that's exactly your size. I do have something that's pretty close, and I could probably have it done for you in about 2 hours.
Um,
Otherwise, it's gonna be pretty short on you, sir.
Short like in the arms or short in the legs?
Both? You are a fairly tall man.
I can work with that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just
Park.
I'm on a bit of a crunch for
Park.
time, so yes.
Park, I'm like calling from outside. Park,
Yes.
why don't we do this when we get into town? Park, the taxi's
The-
almost here, Park.
I'm in a bit of a rush, sir. I would love to come back and get it fitted a bit better sometime. We're about to head out of town.
Oh, no problem. The guy goes in the back, and like 2 seconds later, he brings out a really nice looking suit. That does look like it's about 2 sizes too small for you.
Sweet, wonderful. I would love it. How much?
Okay, pause for a second, because I just fucking pulled the shoes number out of my ass, but I feel like I want to actually be a little more accurate with the thingy.
That's fair.
If Google Chrome would ever open, I would love to tell you how much a suit may or may not cost. 19. No, don't open Google Docs. 1920s suit prices.
Men's three-piece suit, $10 to $22.
All right, this guy's like, he's like, normally I would charge about $17 for a suit of this caliber, but since I'm not fitting it for you at all, how about just 10?
That's doable. Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
And I pay the good sir.
All right, he gives you your ill-fitting suit, and he's like, if anyone asks you where you got it, I would appreciate it if you wouldn't mention me.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day.
You too, and I leave.
And as you go outside, the taxi's actually pulling up, and like a gruff-looking man in almost like a jalopy, but like a new-looking jalopy since it's the 20s. And he's like, "Hey, are you the guys heading to Sinzabuzz?"
Yeah.
Yes, as we is.
This is great. All right, that's gonna be about $3 to take you there. Is that all right?
Yes.
Great. And you guys pile into his jalopy, and he's like, "Oh, so Zinzaba, huh? The place has been kind of a shitty since everything went down.
What's
You
been
sure you what?
what's been going on?
You haven't heard?
We're from Bridgeport.
We're not from Bridgeport. We're in Bridgeport. We're from out of town.
Oh, well, shit, I don't know why you want to go to Sinzaba then. Everything's pretty broken. They had that big old, almost like an earthquake last week, and it just hit Sinzaba and kind of wrecked everything. It's weird.
Jeepers, a whole
Interesting.
earthquake?
That's what they say. I don't know. I don't go there that often, especially not after the last month or so. Things have been getting kind of weird in that town. But yeah, they had apparently a big old earthquake. I mean, you'll see when we get there.
Cool, awesome. Yeah.
And he starts driving you, and watching as the towns go by. I mean, not towns, but like the town goes by. You pass through some wooded area, some farm, like a shit ton of farmland. Other small, tiny towns. It's really pretty, but also incredibly jarring. There is absolutely almost no modern technology that you can recognize. And everything is both cleaner and dirtier than you remember. There's a lot more smog in the air, but like everything is so green, and there's a lot more animals around.
Cool.
It's generally pretty. And then in the distance, you can see quite a large city that you're approaching, rivaling that of Bridgeport. Which, I mean, there were a fair number of large buildings as you guys were leaving, but this is something different, much bigger. and also way more fucked up. Even from this far, from like a solid like 3 minutes out of town, you can see that there has been massive damage, and it's everywhere. And as you guys pull in, the guy's like, "Do you want to go anywhere specific, or you just want to be dropped at the town edge? Because I can't really, I don't know how much they cleaned up the streets, so I can kind of just drop you at like the entrance."
Maybe a hotel? What do you guys think?
I mean, we can walk. We've been walking through Bridgeport.
Yeah.
All right, I'll drop you guys off at the entrance then. Last time I tried to get into Sins, but it just kind of didn't happen. So, yeah. But walking, yeah, that should be no problem, and you might even be able to get like like one of those horses or something they rent out. I don't know. That's what they've been doing to help people get around faster. I think it's stupid, but whatever. And he drops you off, and he's like, "All right, have fun, don't die." Drives off.
What a nice man.
Don't die?
And as you guys turn around to face the town, let me describe what you're seeing. So it reminds you a little bit of the way Bridgeport was set up. The downtown area is much larger. There's a lot of buildings, a lot of shops, and there's a shit ton of people. But everything is wrecked. There are buildings collapsed. There are like just debris in the street. It's everywhere. It looks like something beat this town to shit, and people are just pulling themselves out of it. But even weirder than that, there are these like marks everywhere. These white mark where it looks like something splattered against the ground, and sometimes they're like almost outlining people, where it looks like whatever this white shit was, hit so often that it just buried people and left like these bizarre outlines of bodies, and they're everywhere, on buildings, on the street, trees, and people are just sort of ignoring them as they attempt to clean up the area.
I go over to the nearest person.
All right, you go over to a young man who's sort of like sweeping up some rubble, and he looks up and he goes, "Howdy."
Hi, we're from out of town visiting on... I look back at the others and I'm like, vacation?
Poor time to take a vacation. I'm sorry you guys didn't really hear about the big old earthquake we just had. Hit last week, and interesting. It was just an earthquake though. Why don't you know what I heard is a nice area? Maine. You guys should check out Maine. Maybe don't stay here. Maybe leave.
I'm sorry, we already have a reservation at a very nice hotel in the area. It's called and she like starts like trying to lead him into telling her a nice hotel.
He looks at you expectantly.
It's
Mr. Appleton works there. The name is skipping my mind too.
Yeah, you know any Appletons?
No. I work at the grocery store. I don't really get that many people's names. I'm just a bag boy.
Okay, the hotel though. It's
Kaja, I don't think I've ever heard of that hotel. I don't really know that many. I know there's that one down the street. It's supposed to be like haunted or something, but I mean everything's haunted now.
Everything's haunted after an earth. You know what?
Yeah. I think that was the one.
The man looks really nervously, and he's like, wait, I never told you my name. I should tell you my name. That's really impolite. I'm sorry. Here I am talking about earthquakes and haunted. Nothing's haunted. This shit's not haunted. Things are not haunted. My name's Pete. They call me Stinkle Pete. You guys can call me Speed. I wrote that down at work. I wrote that down at work today, and this name Stinkle Pete, Speed, is the reason I asked for more help with names, because I was so proud of Speed.
I love him.
Speed. I think we have reservations at this haunted hotel, but I'm sorry, our taxi driver dropped us off on account of the haunted earthquake. Can you bring us there, Pete?
I don't want to do you guys a disservice, but like I'm working. I'm at my job. And he points to the building, and there's like an angry looking man in the window, and he's just like shaking his head. He's like, I'd be more than happy to point you guys in the right direction. I can get you guys hooked up with some nice groceries if you don't want to eat out, since there's not a lot of places to eat out right now. But like, it's just up the street. I think if you just keep walking, I can guarantee you can't really miss it. I heard the design has been described as phallic. Oh, I remember. Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. This has been a very rough week for me, surviving an earthquake and all. Dingle Towers, that's what you guys are looking for.
Dingle Towers. Okay, yeah. Well,
sounds about right.
Let's go to Dingle Towers. Thank you, Speed.
Speed smiles and he's like, "You're welcome. Come back with all your grocery needs. I got a lot of fruit."
I bet.
Sounds good. We'll be back.
All right, y'all have a nice day. I don't know why he's Southern. All right, so Speed goes back to sweeping. And as you walk up the street towards Dingle Towers, where he pointed you, the destruction is getting worse and worse. And by the time you reach a large penis-shaped building with the words Dingle Towers, and the whole building definitely gives off that, like, secretly spooky vibes. Right outside is, like, this giant fucking hole that looks like it's recently been filled in, but all around it, except for Dingle Towers, is, like, full-on destroyed. All the surrounding buildings have been, like, almost demolished, except for this giant penis-shaped building.
Listen, I've seen earthquakes before. This was not an earthquake. Also, P, are you related to Speed?
What?
You know, the Speed guy that we literally just talked to?
No, I know who you're talking about, but wait, first names don't. Do you know how names work?
No.
Well, no, we're not.
Oh, okay, cool. So, hotel? I sort of just assumed we'd want a place to stay. That's cool, though, right?
Yeah.
Park?
Yeah.
Cool. Then I guess let's get ourselves a room and maybe a drink. If this is like a cool place, she says in quotations, and starts walking inside this awful phallic building.
The inside of the building is very kitschy. It looks like about as fake Halloween-y as you can get. But for, like, the people in the lobby, some of them actually looked really spooked. The lobby is actually really big. It's pretty nice. There is a tall, blonde woman looking extremely bored behind a counter, and another woman with very dark hair, sort of like talking to a group of tourists and pointing shit out.
Okay, I go over to the service counter and I say, "Ding! Hi!"
The blonde woman looks at you and she goes, "Shit, Max, how did you do
Howie?
voice?" Yeah.
It was like this. It was very, very deep.
Okay. The blonde woman looks up and she goes, "Hello. What can I do for you?"
Hi, we're from not here, and we're looking for a room.
Right.
Or 3? How many rooms do we want, guys?
I'm fine with whatever.
I'll share a room. I don't care.
1 room. Big room? Do you have big rooms here?
How sweet!
I have
like on the top of this weird building.
I do have a fancy boy room, if that's, I suppose, what you're looking for. How long are you guys looking to be in town for? I don't know if you happen to notice the earthquake we just had, but
Unfortunately, we have business here. We're gonna need to be here for maybe like a week.
Exactly a
possibly
week.
A little bit less.
all right, a week in the fancy room. Let me do some math. And she pulls up a magazine, just kind of starts flipping through it. And like a solid 2 minutes goes by, and she looks up and you're still there. She's like, "Oh, were you guys serious?"
Sue smiles through
Yes.
gritted teeth
Yeah.
and says, "Yeah, what's the price?"
$200.
Park, pay this nice woman, would you?
Of course, I take out money.
This woman looks like you just punched her in the face. She's like, "Oh God, wait, how much was $200 worth in like the past?" $200.
It was a lot. I'm gonna say it was probably
To give you an idea of some common expenses, a full suit could be up to like 30. The price of a loaf of bread was like a few cents.
Right, but this is like
it's a lot.
you're in a penthouse suite for a week. That's so that $200 in 1920 is about 2,581. I think
Yeah.
that's actually pretty accurate for like staying in the nicest hotel, like the nicest room in a nice hotel for a week.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's shocked. She's like, "You actually are going to pay me $200 and actually stay in our penthouse suite for a week?"
Is that okay? Is it open?
Okay. It is open. It is available. I apologize. I just not to be rude, but your suit doesn't fit, and the other two of you are wearing clothes from a textile factory.
Very
Yes.
astute.
Right.
They unfortunately forgot and mixed up my measurements at the place that I got this suit at.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, not my business. She takes your money and writes it in the book and gives you guys 3 keys, and she's like, "All right, if you'll just give me a second, I'll have Louisa show you to your room." She sort of like waves her hand at the dark-haired woman, and she's like, "Louisa, will you show these fine customers to the penthouse suite?" And the dark-haired woman walks over, and she's like, "Oh, the penthouse? My, I didn't realize we had such high rollers here." Laughs. She's like, "Well, if you'll follow me, I'll take you upstairs. No problem."
Wonderful.
She starts leading the way. She goes, "My name's Louisa. That was Howie, by the way. I'm going to assume she probably didn't introduce herself to you. Welcome to Dingle Towers. We're sort of mostly the main, like, hospitality staff here. So if you need anything at any time, please don't hesitate to, get one of us. How long are you guys staying for?"
Oh, about a week.
"A week?
Yes, we're here on business.
Business. I'm surprised the business is still happening. Unless, you guys aren't, like, from the government, are you?"
Not technically
No.
speaking.
No. Right, okay, so yeah, so then it's just an earthquake. Yeah, okay, cool. And she starts walking very fastly away.
Hey, wait, real quick.
Yes.
Is there an Appleton in charge of this place yet?
In charge? Yet? No. Marcus does work. Oh, wait, I forget. Does Marcus take over the hotel? He takes over it, like, way after Louise.
Yeah, way after.
Okay. There's an Appleton that works here. He's not in charge. Howie and I actually own this hotel.
Do you?
Yes.
Interesting.
She squints her eyes, and she's like, "Right. You three remind me of some of my friends.
Uh-huh.
Maybe... No. Let me show you to your room. I apologize. I tend to get a little personal with the guests sometimes, and I know that's not explicitly professional."
Hey, no, that's cool. That's cool, because I got one more question for you.
All right.
We're trying to locate an old friend of all of ours. Roger Hobblescobble, probably some sort of science boy in town.
I don't know anyone by that name, but I could try and find someone for you who does.
Discreetly?
Discreetly. Okay.
That'd be cool.
We're trying to surprise him.
Ah.
Yeah, it's his birthday next week.
Uh-huh. She doesn't look like she's buying a word of it, but she kind of doesn't. She doesn't say anything about it. She's like, Okay. I will. Actually, my wife is a private investigator, so I'll see if maybe she can do some digging for you.
That would be
Wonderful.
fantastic.
And by this point, she's gotten you guys to sort of like an elevator. She's like, this is the elevator. And inside there is just kind of a man who's kind of standing there. And she's like, everyone, I'd like you to meet Snoop Bonnie Donnie. He's our elevator worker. I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of him being on the top floor,
Snoop.
unless you enjoy walking.
Your name
Snoop, would you mind taking these lovely folks up to the top floor? And Snoop is like, top floor? Oh, some big spenders.
I don't like Snoop Bonnie Donnie.
Snoop Bonnie Donnie casually takes a slurp out of a flask and puts it back in his pocket.
What? Hey, what do you got in there?
Apple juice.
Can I have some,
No.
please?
No.
He's very thirsty.
Please, I'll give you $1.
Oh, okay. He gives you.
Okay.
He takes your $1. You take a swig of the apple juice. It's whiskey.
Yum.
But
Gotta love apple juice.
really, 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 really strong whiskey.
He goes, oh God, I love apple juice.
Louisa has a very tight smile on her face as she goes, great. Well, please don't hesitate to contact me or the front desk if you need anything. Goodbye.
Thank you.
And she sort of like walks away very quickly.
That was nice.
Snoop
I had
is
nice apple juice.
like, you're still in the elevator with Snoop. He's like swaying as he's like pushing some buttons.
He probably doesn't know what I'm saying.
he's like Snoop de poop.
Hey, Snoop, who's your supplier? Who's your dealer?
Oh, my apple juice?
Yeah, your
your
juice
apple
dealer.
juice.
If you give me another $1, I'll tell you.
I gave him $2.
Oh shit! I'll give you first name basis, baby. I get from this guy down the street. He's got a broom. I think his name is like Feet, Sneet, something like that. I don't know. Ask him for some apple juice, and he'll either tell you he's all out, or
Wait, what's his name?
I don't remember. He has a broom. His name's like Feet. I think his name's Feet.
Slinky Pete?
Speed?
Oh my god, yes, Speed! Oh my boy!
Perfect. We met
Takes
Speed.
another.
All right.
Snoop, I think we're gonna be fast friends.
He takes you guys up to the top floor, and he's like, "Just remember, if you're talking to Speed, if you ask for anything other than apple juice, he'll turn you into the police." Have a nice day. And he starts going down.
I like to think that
God, he's cool.
like the elevator isn't going down, it's just him that's like sinking. Not like through the floor, but just like to the floor.
Exactly. That's definitely what's happening.
Pete reaches inside and pushes the button for him.
He's like, "Oh God, I'm getting motion sick," and he disappears.
Bye.
And you guys are on the very, very, very top floor of this building. There's only one door in the middle of the hallway. Go on in.
I do.
You guys unlock the door and are let into a absolutely beautiful room. It looks like whatever weird haunted theme they're going for, they didn't even bother to touch with this room. It is like decadent. Think of like the Ritz. It's fancy as hell in here. There's like 6 beds.
I was about to say, how many beds?
They don't need that many beds. Actually, it looks like there's a little crowded with the beds, but there's a lot of beds in here.
I look at them and I was like, can we move some of these beds out of here? It's a little crowded.
Just like put him in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, let's get 3 of them out of here.
Is there space to put them in the hallway?
There's space
no, we'll find it.
at the end of the hallway. Yeah, you guys can just definitely store some beds there.
What if we just lean it up against the wall outside the door?
Do whatever you guys want.
Okay, Pete puts the bed outside the door.
Okay, as you guys are moving beds, how many beds are you moving, by the way?
3.
Okay, you guys are stacking beds in the hallway, and Louisa exits a stairwell, and she goes, "Oh, hi.
Sorry, it's a little crowded in there. We were hoping nobody would see, but we just want the beds out.
Okay. Um, nice. Well, I spoke to my wife.
Mhm.
If you guys need any more information than what she was found, she'd be more than happy to work with you. But she got, I guess, the name of a what's it called? Sorry, I'm blank. Me personally blank. A laboratory. She goes. She found the name of a laboratory he used to work at. He's no longer there, and apparently, from what she was able to gather, she doesn't. They don't really know where he went. Um, any more than that, and it's probably going to require her to like go out and do a job, which, not to be rude, but would probably need to be paid for. But she hands you a little scrap of paper with an address written on it. She goes, "But if you're looking for him and you have no idea where he is, this lab might be the best place to start."
All right,
Thanks.
thank you very much.
I know.
I kind of want to do like two things kind of back to back.
Okay.
So the hotel, we're like really, really high up, yeah?
Yeah.
Suze kind of strolls over to the window and just, could you like describe what she sees from this aerial view?
So at the very top of this floor, you can see like a good chunk of the city. And as you're kind of looking around at all the destruction, it is very apparent that whatever happened here was less an earthquake and more like Pacific Rim.
Hmm.
I
Which,
turned. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, so I was for anyone who doesn't understand that reference, it looked like some giant monsters were like fighting because there's just like pieces of buildings smashed in at certain angles, and the higher up you are, the more you can see that like there's weird damage up here at the top of the building um, that like cracks down to the bottom, but it doesn't like look like it originated there. Something weird happened, and no one is talking about it.
I turn back to Louise and I say, "What kind of earthquake does this?"
Louise's eyes flash very coldly, and she says, "Um, the very dangerous kind."
Oh, okay. Listen, thank you, Louisa. That
No, no problem. It's my pleasure. Please let me know if you need anything else. And she sort of narrows her eyes, but smiles and leaves.
guys, what the fuck?
So clearly there's something that they very much either aren't allowed to talk about or are all covering up. Um, I'm interested, but it's also not our goal for what we came here to do. So maybe if we're interested in side quests, we could dig a little bit more, but I think it's best if we just ignore it for now.
But what if it's related somehow?
I mean, it could be, but I guess we'll get to that bridge if we come to it.
Okay, but can we just like talk for like maybe one few minutes? Because I feel like we're kind of dodging around all this shit. Guys, we're in the 19 fucking 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We time traveled.
Maybe don't
That's
say
what
it so
the-
loud.
Yeah, and that's also kind of what we knew we were gonna do if we weren't gonna die, we were gonna time travel.
I work at fucking Pet Company.
Pet Man Pet Company?
I love that place. That's where I get all my cat food.
I
Yeah,
work at Diner McDinington.
that's what I'm saying. Like, why are we so calm about this? And then we go back in time, right? And somehow we're here in 1920s, wherever the fuck. And something weird happened here. Clearly, 1 week ago, something weird happened. And in one more week, something bad is going to happen to Roger.
I mean, we did know that it was going to be weird. They did tell us that something weird happened. And that's when people started getting genetic mutations.
I mean,
We were told this before we got into this.
Yeah, but I didn't fucking believe him. I thought we were all gonna die when we went into the machine.
I mean, if they were going to kill us, you would think that maybe they would just be a bit more straightforward about it.
Pete, what are you trying to say?
Pete, I was saying.
Pete's losing it.
Me too.
He's trying to keep calm, but he's secretly fucking losing it. No joke. He's like, "What? Just gotta be optimistic about this, I guess. Like, don't be such a pessimist. At least we're not dead."
We might be. Well, no, we're probably not dead, but we could die. Does anyone know, like, if you die here, do you die in, like, present day? Did we ask that? We did not ask that.
This is us. Like, they said they transported our molecules or atoms or whatever back in time. We bounced around.
Yeah, the cup and all that shit. I know.
Yeah, so we're here, and if we die, we die.
Oh, speaking of which, this kind of got glossed over, and I kind of forgot to mention it to you. But the entire time you've been here, I don't know, maybe just in the heat of things you didn't notice, but all three of you are missing your left ring finger.
Yeah, no, I sort of... that was like an unspoken truth.
Pete realizes this just now, I guess.
So it just looks like a little nub, like whatever. It's not like you can see the bone or it ever bled or it even hurt. It just looks like at some point from the knuckle up, it got amputated.
Well, at least it's the left hand, I guess.
Yeah, that's nice. Thanks, scientist lady, whoever you are. Okay, so I look down at the piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say on it?
It has an address listed at the top, but scrawled at the bottom in big letters. It says,
Whoa.
A tip. Don't go sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
Oh.
Well, that's rude.
P.S. This was not meant to be rude.
Oh, well, that's good. I didn't miss that there. Well, Pete, Park, what do you say? You ready to save a life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. I think this is a good stopping point for today, then. You guys have a lead. You've got a place to hang out. And you have another mystery in your laps.
Wow, it's going to be a three-parter. I love that.
It might be a little bit more, because this is day one.
This is going to be like arc length.
Huh?
I feel like this is going to be like arc length.
It could. It kind of all depends on, like, what you guys choose to do. Because, like, I mean this sincerely. Saving Roger is your goal. But, like, at the same time, you don't have to save him if you don't want to. Like, there will be consequences for that in your own personal lives and in the story. But everything you do from here on out is a choice.
Oh,
guys,
Lord.
I just say we season 2 arc 1 this shit and just kill him in like the second episode.
I'd be so sad. This is the second episode.
Okay, well, we gotta do it this episode. We gotta keep going. Hold on.
We gotta go find him and kill him right
No,
now.
I gotta go eat fried chicken.
Suze jumps out the window. Roger!